We are your neighbors. We are in kitchens. We are in offices. We are in the community.
So what Nate is referring to is convicted felons in America. I went and did some research and found these statistics. It's 19 million convicted felons in America, which makes up 8% of the adult population, 77 million people with some sort of criminal record in their lifetime. I can't speak for every state, but I know here in Ohio it's like a money making scheme where we got 30 prisons, 27 adult, 3 juvenile. They love to put people in a joint for the dumbest shit. F5s, people would go to a program in another state. No, down here they'll give you 6 months in prison just to give you a number. You see a lot of people doing low numbers, 12 months, 18 months, shit like that, but it could have been something that they could have went the other route. We do got something called rug court, but it's really hard to complete and a lot of people don't and they end up getting locked up. A lot of people get the wrong idea when they see us doing stuff like this. People online talking about this. I know I can speak for myself and I know I can speak for him. And I'm going to mention some other people who do prison content, starting with the smaller content creators to the bigger content creators. But I say this because these people that I'm talking about and myself are doing this in a positive light. You do got some people on here who glorify prison. They look at it like a hood badge of honor, or they talk about it in a positive light, which it shouldn't be. I know me myself, I'm taking my negative experience, 7 years in prison, and turning it into a positive experience. This has become a fun hobby, a side hustle, everything. I want to make it known what is going on in prison. I keep getting messages from people who've been locked up, people's family members who of people locked up. I have COs get a hold of me, guys and girls, ex-inmates, guys and girls, all telling me that they love my channel for different reasons. A lot of people who contact me say, my husband, my fiance, my father, this and that, are in prison, my son, and this gives me a light into what they are going through. The main reason I stitched this video though is I liked what he was saying. He was more or less saying you don't even realize who is or isn't a convicted felon sometimes. They don't all look like me with face tattoos or like the guy he was referring to in that video. If you want to watch the original video, you can click it. Some people, especially people with like blue collar crimes, you would never know. An example, one of my old bunkies, C-Dub homie that I had named, I'm drawing a blank, hold on. Andy Lang. Andy Lang, solid ass dude, cool ass dude. White dude from Cincinnati, grew up in the hood. He had a fucked up life. He was a C-Dub, Cincinnati Wild Boys and their little gang. But he didn't have a lot of tattoos. He had them only on his chest and stomach. And he kind of had like a baby face, but he used that shit to his advantage as far as like if people thought he was soft or sweet. My point is, if you looked at him, you would never think he was a convicted felon. And he's been to prison 3, 4 times. And he was a wild one though. Like that dude right there, he was on a different level of. Oh, my dog just moved my Max. So what I'm wanting to get at with this is the simple fact that you can change your life. Okay. Sadly, he ended up passing away when he went home. I was his last bunkie that he had. I helped him carry his shit to the door. That's why I mentioned this. Rest in peace, Andy Lang from Cincinnati. But you don't have to continue living your life in a negative way. There are different routes you could take. That's why a lot of times when I make the one hashtag with my videos, I'll put hashtag new day, hashtag new way, hashtag next chapter. And I'm speaking it into existence that I've been home 20 months. I had 3 years parole. I completed it in 1 year. You get a review every year. And if you fuck up at all in that year, you ain't going to get it. I had a flawless year. Boom. Didn't have to do the last 2 years. Sadly, a lot of people don't want it bad enough and they go in and out. They get trapped into a cycle of whatever. I'm gonna mention a couple people who I want to shout out though, as far as prison related content creators. Cuzzo from Cuzzo Costo is his name, and his YouTube is I'm gonna have to tag it below. But his name is Cuzzo Costo, and he has different names from YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. So I apologize for that. I'm still shouting him out though. The Reentry Project, Aaron Pila, Alec the Con, my homie Brandon Clark from my city, The Renegade from California, Hatchet Nation, Cincinnati Everything, Jacob Gentry, Tattoo Cody, Chad Marks with Blood on the Reservoir TV. He put me on his show. That was cool as fuck. Joe Guerrero from After Prison Show. He put me on the show. Shout out to both of them. JD Delay, Ian Big, Big Herc from Fresh Out. Viking Fitness was the one dude's name, I think. You got the Alaskan Avenger. And I know I'm forgetting a lot. Oh, K Frog from K Frog TV from Florida. You got a lot of people who do this. And they are speaking this in a positive light. Not just like prison war stories and shit like that. I might do that sometimes, but it's because I'm explaining to y'all the rough, gritty, raw side of things. Everything ain't sweet at all times. You got to know what to expect if you go in there. So sometimes I might post like a crazy video or tell like a crazy story, but I'm not speaking on it in a good way. I'm just simply showing you the bad side of prison. Like I said, I was able to take my negative experience and turn it into something positive. I'm going to continue doing this, see how far we can take this thing. But our jails are packed in America. Like, they don't give a fuck. They just keep packing them in. If you look at any prison right now in my state, in Ohio, 27 adult, 3 juvenile, whatever the number is for the capacity, they're never at that number. They're always around 200 or more above it. If it says they hold 1,800, guarantee they got 2,000 inmates. Something needs to change. And what their solution is, they're going to just keep building prisons. That's what they do around here. When this problem starts happening, they take taxpayers' money and they build a new prison. And they say, okay, now we ain't got to worry about it for another 5 years. All the extras from all the other prisons, we'll just put them in this new one and we'll get those numbers right. And we'll worry about it in another decade. It's not a solution. Like, it's just a temporary fix. Remember, your past isn't a life sentence. If you go through it, grow through it. Follow your heart and you'll always win. Stay safe, stay free, stay blessed.